Whether it's smooth sailing in the economy or we're in the middle of a perfect financial storm, there is so much to consider when it comes to protecting your financial future. Inflation, volatile markets, we have national debt, high taxes, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner professional, and protecting and growing your nest egg is my business. Coming up on today's show,
your trusty tax map, navigating market volatility, creating lifetime income, and much more.
Welcome to Saving the Investor with certified financial planner, investment advisor, and insurance professional Alfie Townsend, president of Advantage Retirement Group. Alfie is a published author, radio show host, speaker, and industry leader.
Why do you use an annuity? A lot of people use it for the wrong thing.
He works with retirees and pre-retirees to build and protect their nest egg and offers his experience to help those concerned about financial independence in retirement. If you've got questions about retirement, Saving the Investor starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to Saving the Investor. We are glad you're with us on this Sunday morning. I'm Craig Wolf and I am alongside, as always, certified financial planner professional Alfie Townsend. Alfie, good morning.
Good morning.
You have a tool at the Advantage Retirement Group called the Tax Map. There are 10 strategies to sort of help you navigate your way to the best strategies. Let's talk about 3 of them. And the first is tax increases, which we've been talking about for years that are on the horizon.
Yeah, we feel like anybody I ask this question, and we'll ask the audience, do you feel taxes are going to go up or down in the future? With this debt that we have, we're definitely going to be going up. That's a sure bet. And if nothing's done, it's going to go up in 2025. So there's some planning that needs to be done right now because we know taxes are low. And people say, well, they're not really low. They're the lowest it's been in 50 years. So right now is a great time to do some planning before they automatically go up.
And that debt right now is at an astronomical number of
well over 32 trillion and climbing.
Trillion. Yeah, we're old enough to remember when it was in the single digits.
Yeah.
What about the best time for tax planning?
I say the best time is, there's timing involved with tax planning because if you're still working, you have a high income, Roth conversions might not be the best thing to do. But the best time typically is now to do tax planning because you do have a low tax bracket. You do have, lower tax bracket than what they're going to be in 2025. And then you also have the opportunity to really take advantage of some tax harvesting. We want to look at your portfolios to see if there's things we can do inside your portfolio to do some tax harvesting in that. So right now is a great time to really look at your taxes.
And for a lot of investors or retirees, taxes are the biggest or one of the biggest expenses in their retirement.
Well, really, taxes are a penalty on income, and it's just an added tax you might as well add that to your tax bracket because if you can get that down, if you can get some tax-free money, taxes go up, that's when it's nice. Because if you need $50,000, you take it out of something that's tax-free down the road, you take out $50,000, but to net 50, you might have to take out $70,000 to $80,000 to net 50 in the future. So right now is the time to really put some things together and see if we can put you in a much better tax advantage down the road than what you are right now.
And the third key strategy we want to talk about, and again, there's 10, but reducing current taxes.
Yeah, so current taxes, there's things that we do. It's really, it's a whole segment we're going to be talking about pretty soon called direct indexing. That's a great way to really lower taxes inside your portfolio, taking some gains and taking it versus some losses, so wash it out. So there's some great things that we can do if you have some really appreciated stocks or you want to get diversified in just holding 1 or 2 stocks. So there's definitely, we want to look at everything, put you in a better really situation for down the road.
All right, good information to kick things off this morning. If you are interested in learning more about Alfie's tax map here at the Advantage Retirement Group, text the word tax to the number on your screen. We're just getting started this morning. Stick around, much more to come.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
Maybe you remember the old TV commercial, "Pay me now or pay me later." Consider this. We're actually in the lowest tax bracket in the last 30 years. But these rates may not last for long, and where they may be headed could put a dent in your retirement. But there are things to do right now to reduce your future taxes and make informed decisions about your retirement. Certified financial planner professional Alfie Townsend has a great free resource. Just go to savingtheinvestor.com and you can generate a quick report that can help you evaluate your potential tax bill in retirement. And it takes less than 1 minute. If what you learn surprises you, it's time to talk to Alfie. There may be ways that he can help you so that you can keep more of your hard-earned dollars in your pocket. Paying your fair share is one thing, but who wants to pay a penny more? Protect your financial future. Find out if your retirement tax bill could be too big by visiting savingtheinvestor.com or using the QR code on your screen.
We're going to talk a little bit about volatility, and that's what we've been experiencing really for the last few years. The market's been very volatile. And I go back to boating. When you go out on the boat, you have to, the weather might be perfect, you plan on a great day, but you also have to plan on those afternoon thunder showers or those storms that come in. And what are you going to do if the weather changes? The same thing with a portfolio. You have to make sure that everything is not moving up and down at the same time. That's called diversification. So that's one way to fight volatility, is having a very diversified portfolio. And when I look at volatility, I look at income. Where are you going to take that income out, especially when the market's volatile? Remember, one way to really lose a lot of money is as the market's going down and you're taking income from your portfolio because you don't have other means of income because you're not diversified. So what we do here at the Advantage Retirement Group, we're going to set up accounts that are designed to take income regardless of what the market's doing. You're going to have income that's not going to affect the volatility of the market. So your portfolio can go up and down. It's not going to affect it because your income is going to be coming from something that has a guarantee in it, and it doesn't really pertain if the market's volatile or not. You're still going to get that income. So income planning during volatility is, it's a very hard thing to do, but this is that's what we do here at the Advantage Retirement Group. We're going to put an income plan together for you. We're going to really fight and tackle that volatility inside your portfolio. We look forward to talking to you.
Ready to live your retirement dreams? Then it's time to meet Alfie, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review now. Give Alfie a call, 239-747-1080. You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
Are you worried about inflation and how it's affecting your retirement?
Well, you're not alone. According to a recent study, 73% of Americans rank their finances as their number one stress in life.
But don't worry, there's help available. Alfie's free retirement toolkit can help you transform your worries into confidence.
Inside this toolkit, you'll find valuable resources like a guide to creating a retirement income plan, tips for saving for retirement, and strategies for protecting your retirement savings from inflation.
Plus, you'll get a copy of Alfie's new book, Making Waves in Retirement.
This free toolkit provides valuable insights like ways to transform your worries of retirement into confidence, ways to discover the weak points in your retirement plan, ways even small changes to your retirement plan can make a big difference, and how big your tax bill could be in retirement.
To get Alfie's free retirement toolkit, Simply text the word KIT to 239-747-1080. That's KIT to 239-747-1080.
Don't wait and act now. This offer is only available for a limited time. Text KIT to 239-747-1080 today and start building a worry-free retirement.
You have a club for every scenario. A driver for the long holes, wedges to get over the hazards, and a putter when you need a touch of finesse. And you'll need plenty of these too. What about your retirement? Will you have enough to play the back nine? Find out today. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review with Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Call 239-747-1080.
I've been blessed to be in the financial industry for the past 40 years. And also having a show here in Southwest Florida, a TV show, a radio show, helping people with their finances. Now, we get questions all the time, and we are going to answer some of these questions right now.
Some of my stocks have really high capital gains. Is there some way I can offset those?
Yeah, not only reduce the costs on those gains, what you can do is get more diversified. So let's say if you're holding one stock, let's say it's an Apple, and you have this stock for many, many years, but you want to be a little bit more diversified than just having one stock. Well, there's something you can do. It's called direct indexing, and we can create losses at the same time grow the money inside this index. So in the future, what will happen is you can offset when you start to sell your Apple to buy into, let's say, the S&P index. You will have some loss carryover that can help absorb some of your taxes when you sell that Apple stock. It's a great thing to do. It's something good to look at. We'll see if this is right for you.
How important is estate planning?
So estate planning is always going to be a part of our financial planning process, because where do you want your money to go, and where do you want it to, if it's with a charity or if it's to your family, especially if you don't have children. It's very important, because if you don't name a charity or somebody, then it's going to go to people that you probably don't even know or don't want it to go to. So estate planning is very important. And do we have right now, estate planning is very high. It's set at very high limits. But if nothing changes in 2025, then we're looking at going way down, and people could be in a big estate problem where it could be 50% of what gets passed on could be taxed. So estate planning is something very, very important for a lot of people.
Is it wise to get a second opinion on my financial plan?
So why is it important to have a second opinion? I'll give you a perfect example. We took on a new client about 4 or 5 years ago. It was right when I was going to have back surgery. I had stenosis so bad I couldn't walk really 25 feet without sitting down. So I knew I was going to have surgery. I already did the MRI. Well, this new client happened to be a world-renowned orthopedic surgeon, and he asked if I had my MRI that he can look at. And he looked at it with me, and he told me exactly what was going to happen. He said the 4 vertebrae above S1, S2 are real bad, but they'll probably want to do surgery on all 4 of them. That's what he said. And he also said, and he told me what was going to happen. It's stenosis is narrowing of the spine. They were strangling the nerve ending. So but he said, Alfie, the good thing about it is you do not need to have a fusion. You do not have to have a fusion. And if the doctor says you need a fusion, you need to get another opinion. So I said, okay. And that week I went to my doc, and he looked at it. He told me the exact same thing about the 4 vertebrae. And then I said, Doc, do I need a fusion? Because I love golf. And I didn't tell him I love golf. I just said, Doc, do I need a fusion? And he said, no, you don't need a fusion. So I knew I had the right doctor. Okay. And the same thing, when you get a second opinion, what you're doing is this is your money that you work so hard for. It is the right thing to do to make sure that you're in the best situation to get you to and through retirement. So that's why you're getting a second opinion. This is for your benefit, not your advisor's benefit. And sometimes you're gonna see that, hey, they're doing everything right, so that makes you feel better. But then there's gonna be times that we can put you in a much better situation, and then that is right for you. So it is okay to have a second opinion.
Living in Southwest Florida, we're all way too familiar with storms. But what if the perfect financial storm hits while you're in retirement? Are you prepared? Certified financial planner professional Alfie Townsend has a new book out called Making Waves in Retirement. It breaks down the insights Alfie has gained in his 4 decades helping people just like you plan for retirement. It features real stories about real people and illustrates what they've done wrong and what they've done right. Also, strategies to help retirees and those soon to be retired make the right decisions and avoid costly mistakes. Whether it's battling inflation, navigating market volatility, or managing the threat of recession, these strategies may help you too. If you save for retirement, this book should be on your shelf. Get your complimentary copy today simply by being one of the first 5 callers at this number, 239-747-1080. That's 239-747-1080. You protect your home when a storm is coming. Do the same with your hard-earned retirement dollars. Call now for your free copy of Alfie's book, Making Waves in Retirement. 239-747-1080.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
Hi, Alfie Townsend here, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner professional. And we are proud to be official partner of FGCU Athletics. Go Eagles!
Welcome to another segment of Team Talk. I'm Mary Thompson in studio with Alfie Townsend, our founder and president. And Alfie, I was thinking the other day about something that happened to us when we took a group of investors out for dinner. Yeah. And we were having a wonderful time, and out of the corner of your eye, you could catch something that was going on with one of our guests.
Yes.
And I think it's pretty profound. Tell us what happened.
So what happened was, I heard at the table behind me, I heard coughing going on, and this gentleman, he was coughing, and then I heard the people at the table say, "Are you okay?" And then, he stopped coughing and he started drooling, and I heard one say, "I think he's choking." So I got up and I walked over to the table, and he got up and walked over to me. And I did the Heimlich maneuver 3 times with him and got the object out of his mouth. He went back down, sat down, and half the people in there didn't even know what happened because everything was like in slow motion. And I never knew how I would feel saving someone's life like that. How I would react if I would hey, we need some help, come over, or handle it yourself. And it was strange because there was a nurse in that room, and she came up to me and she said, "I was watching what you did, and you look like you knew exactly what to do, so I didn't interfere at all." And I said, this is the first time that's ever happened, but I just remember how calm I felt and how your, I guess, emotions were set aside. Yeah. And when it comes to investing, a lot of times emotions make it's a big role that plays why people don't make good returns in the market. Mm-hmm. They let their emotions get in the way. And so I tell this story because you need to stay calm during times like this.
Right.
And with the market, you hear fear mongering all the time on the TV, on your phone, on the radio, everything. It's like the most fear I've ever heard in my 40 years. You would think the world is actually burning, and it feels like it is sometimes because we just hear this news and news and news. But the market still is doing people are still buying goods and services. The market is, it's a free market, and the free market will prevail over the long term. You just have to, make sure that you have the right holdings in there. And that's the important part, is make sure that you have a plan in place, regardless of what's happening around you, to get you to and through retirement.
Yeah. And there is so much noise right now in the news and on TV with all the chaos that's going on in the world, and it is devastating. But I think that's one thing that people really appreciate about you. You're a certified financial planner. You've seen a lot of things in your career, and you do remain calm, and you help guide our clients to and through retirement. And your experience at the restaurants, the name of our TV and radio show is Saving the Investor, and that brings a whole new meaning to Saving the Investor.
You're right. That's funny, yeah.
So that's wonderful. Thanks for sharing that,
Thank you.
Alfie. And if you'd like to meet with Alfie to find out a little bit about how he works with our clients to get them to and through retirement, give us a call. You can call the number on your screen.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
Alfie Townsend here. Please mark this date, July 12th. We're going to have a special event. We're going to be honoring our Lee County sheriffs, our firefighters, our first responders, our veterans, and you are welcome to come. It's going to be here at the Advanced Retirement Group office. We're going to have barbecue. We're going to have ice cream trucks. We're going to have a lot more. Can't talk about it all, but please put that down. There's a QR code. Register today.
I would say right now, one of the hardest things to do as an advisor is to create income for their clients. And if your advisor really doesn't know how to create income for you, you have to be very, very careful, because remember, if it's all coming out from the market, if the market is going down and you're taking income from that account, that's called reverse dollar cost averaging. Now remember, when you're working, your 401ks, you're putting in money each and every week or bi-weekly. So if the market's going down, it really doesn't matter, because you're buying it low, you're buying high. But when it comes to taking money out of a down market, and remember, you're not replenishing it because you're not working anymore, that's called reverse dollar cost averaging. So I always say income planning is one of the hardest things to do, and you got to make sure that you understand what's going on and where that income's coming from. Why a lot of people have fear of running out of money is because the market is up and down. If you're taking money out of a down market, you could get in trouble. So one of the things that we want to do is make sure that some of your money is protected. Now, a lot of people, when I first got in the business in '83, a lot of people had pensions. They had their own pension. Right now, a lot of people don't have a pension. Unless you work for the state, you have a pension. But a lot of people do not have a pension. They have 401ks is their pension. So what you're able to do with part of your money in a 401k and an IRA or money in the bank is to create your own pension with an insurance company. You can create your own pension, and it has a lot of other features to it, but you want some of that money to make sure that it's not going backwards regardless of what the market's doing, that your income, if you run out of money, you have income for life. That is most important, to have that foundation, to have income for life. But then what's going to fight inflation is going to be the part that's invested in the market. Okay, now some of that money is going to be for income. That's going to be the conservative portfolio, but some of it is going to be there to grow and fight. So what you have to really look at is a combination of everything. Income, where the income's coming from, is it guaranteed, or do you have income that's coming from an investment that can only, that goes up and down? So what we want to do, that's called the retirement simulator. And what we do is we put everything in and show you how your current income plan would stack up to the one that we would put together. And that's what you want. You want to do a comparison. I always say, look, be proactive instead of reactive. So put your plan, bring your plan and we'll look at it, and we'll do a plan and you look at it and see which one's right for you. Because the most important thing is income during retirement, because you don't get a second chance.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters. Ready to live your retirement dreams? Then it's time to meet Alfie, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review now.
Retirement gives you long-awaited opportunities. You finally gain control over how you spend your time. But you also need control of your investments, of your hard-earned money. There are a lot of moving parts, and just saving over the years is the first part. What about generating income, your Social Security, minimizing taxes, or managing risk? If you save for retirement, call us at 239-747-1080. Retirement can last more than 20 years, yet many people don't have enough money saved to get through 1 decade, let alone 2. Call us at 239-747-1080. Let us show you how to make your nest egg go the distance. That's 239-747-1080.
Remember the Wall Street bailouts? Those same big banks and financial firms have been fined billions for misleading customers. And now they want to manage your retirement savings. Why would you trust them? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner professional. My values are Main Street, not Wall Street. As an independent advisor, I don't work for shareholders, I work for you. If you want a fresh start with a local advisor, give me a call today.
Mondo Uomo offers a remarkable selection of the latest styles in menswear. Visit Mondo Uomo at the Village on Venetian Bay in Naples, Alberto, Bugacci, St. Croix, Zanella. Come see what remarkable shopping is all about.
We all have a picture of our perfect retirement, but how do we get there? At Advantage Retirement Group, helping you get there is our business. We're passionate about getting to know you, learning your hopes and dreams. Why? So we can work with you to achieve them. How? By maximizing the money you've saved, minimizing the dollars you pay in taxes and the risk you are exposed to, and creating a retirement income plan that ensures your savings lasts a lifetime. We're thankful to work with so many wonderful people, and we'd love to work with you too. Call Advantage Retirement Group today for your no-cost, no-obligation evaluation. 239-747-1080. Your retirement is too important to put off. Call now. 239-747-1080.